You've spent ages coming up with a fantastic product idea that's going to kick ass on Amazon. You've designed your own mold for it, made it unique, made it something that's going to give you a competitive advantage on Amazon. And then you take it over to your warehouse, your factory in China, and before you know it, your hard-earned, hard-fought-for designs have been distributed right around China, and there's hundreds and thousands of knockoffs being sold on Amazon. It's a nightmare scenario that you can actually prevent happening with some very simple ways. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to prevent that happening. Now, if you like this kind of content where I'm helping you secure your business, make money on Amazon, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Really, really helps with the YouTube algorithm. Also consider subscribing to my channel because we post brand new information like this each and every day. And if you want to stay ahead of what's happening on Amazon, do yourself a favor, get yourself subscribed. If you've got something you want me to cover, comment below and we'll be sure to cover that for you. All right, let's get into it. How do you stop Chinese manufacturers from copying your innovation or your small tweaks of your product and then start selling it themselves? So that's a very, very common concern, that your factory in China is just going to rip off your stuff and start selling it directly to other people. And it's a valid concern as well, because intellectual property in China doesn't have the same it's not such a sacred cow as it is, for instance, in Australia or in the USA. So it's a valid concern, and it's happened heaps. So how do you stop it happening? So firstly, here's how you stop it. And then secondly, here's why you shouldn't worry about it. So firstly, how you stop it is actually pretty easy. You can actually get either a patent for the mold that you create, which would be the kind of top level of doing this. If you're going to create a mold for a new product, then you would just simply get that mold patented, and therefore you would own the rights to that mold. The cost of doing that is I think it's not between 900 and 1,000 renminbi, which is approximately 200 Aussie dollars. Okay, I can't remember, I think it's maybe 950 to do the patent. It's been a while since I did it. Anyway, very, very simple process. You go to this website, China National Intellectual Property Administration. They'll be able to look after it for you. If you want to get a lawyer to do it for you, then expect to pay around about, in China, about 1,000 Australian dollars to get a lawyer in China to do that process for you, and that is money well spent. It's money well spent to get them to do that. So that's how you do it. Now, why you probably shouldn't do it. So the first thing to recognize is, given that you get a patent for your mold, okay, let's imagine that you go for the process, you spend the money, and you've now got a patent for your mold, and then lo and behold, you discover other people are now selling your product, and so you go back to your factory and you're like, what the hell happened? I've got a patent on that, you can't do that. What are you going to do next? What are you going to do next? Like, where do you go from there? You're in Australia, your factory is in China, so then you've got to consider, should I litigate between those two countries? Well, even in Australia, to litigate a patent claim is going to run you 30 to 50,000 Aussie dollars, and that's within Australia. Factor in as well, you're going to have to do cross-country litigation, so you'll need a lawyer in Australia, preferably somebody that understands commercial law, patent intellectual property law in China, and so all the time your costs are going up, costs are going up. And so it's very, very easy to be looking at $75,000, $100,000 to litigate, which you would win. Okay, which you would win. But at what cost? At what cost? It takes, on average, 2 to 3 years to litigate something like that. You're into it for $75,000, $100,000, which you don't get back. That's just your litigation costs. And then to what end? What has that really given you? Okay, you won, great, but it's cost you 2 years of your time and $75,000. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? And for me, it's just not. It's just not. So by all means, get the patent, okay? But just know what that really means. What it is a deterrent for your factory. If your factory, like a really old mate of mine, very, very good lawyer, used to say to me, if somebody wants to rip you off, they'll find a way. They will find, that's why good lawyers get paid. They get paid to find a way to make something happen. So in China, if somebody wants to rip off your designs, they will find a way. Regardless of your patent, they will find a way, okay? So it's much, much better to do this. Firstly, work with good factories, well-respected factories that you trust to do the right thing. Pretty easy to find them. You tend to find if they've been around for a while, they've been doing the right thing for a while as well. Pretty easy rule of thumb to go with, okay? Secondly, the best way to protect your intellectual property is to constantly innovate. That is the absolute best way to protect your business, is to constantly innovate within your business. Don't rest on your laurels, be constantly innovating things, and that way, as your competition discovers what you're doing, you're already onto the next thing, you're already at the next advantage, okay? Rather than just kind of rest on your laurels. Now that's counterintuitive, but I think that is the entrepreneur's way of doing things rather than the kind of legal way of doing things. And I think that if you think about it, it makes a lot more sense, okay? That was a video from my regular Monday night Q&A session with the members of the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. We are the fastest growing e-commerce community here in Australia. We've got over 2,600 members and growing, and we've got sales of over $50 million on Amazon. If you'd like to find out more about what we do, then go to www.aussieonlineentrepreneurs.com.au, and I will see you on the inside. Bye for now.